Now, if we ever have pork for dinner, doesn't matter if it's ground pork or pork loin or pork chops or sausage, if there are leftovers, which I try to cook so that there's always leftovers, I do a pork fried rice the next day. Often I'm smart enough and I start the rice the night before so I can have nice cold rice. But if I forget to do that, I'll do that in the morning. So right now it's 8:30 and I'm gonna get the rice going in the Instant Pot. And then this, I'm just gonna chop this up into really tiny pieces. This is leftover pork chop. And then this will be the protein along with some scrambled egg in the fried rice. Now I like kimchi fried rice and a couple people in the family do too. The other people in the family eat very differently than I do, and so I do a lot of cooking where you add things in so that this pork fried rice will have actually nothing except for like some ginger, some garlic, and the coconut aminos, sesame oil, red pepper flakes. Sometimes I can get away with a little green onion, sometimes not, depends on kind of how they're doing, and the rice, and that's it. And then I will have the other stuff on the side so that, like, I'll cook up some onions, which we don't really need. If I can do the ginger and garlic, we're usually okay, but if I want to, I can cook up some onions, I can cook up some carrot and celery, you know, whatever it is that I might want to add to the fried rice that some of the kids won't eat. And then just chop the kimchi and we can add that in. I'd usually put that in the pan with the vegetables and just kind of give it a quick stir, heat it up. Don't want to cook it very much, just want to heat it through, and then we can add that in. So once I get this prepped, so I'll have the rice and then I will let the rice cool for the whole day, because you really want a nice cold rice when you're making fried rice. And then at the very end, I typically add peas. So again, it's, you know, one of those things that I would just keep on the side that we could add in for the people who want it. So not too bad. It was a pork chop, probably a pork chop and a half, boneless. That'll be going in. And then, like I said, I have the scrambled egg. That'll add more protein. If you don't eat meat, you just leave this part out, and you could add shrimp if you eat shrimp. You could add scrambled egg if you eat scrambled egg. And if you don't eat any animal products, you just do a beautiful veggie fried rice. And you could certainly substitute something like tofu here. That would be delicious. Now this is totally separate. This is going to be brunch for Dave and I. I sauteed some mushrooms, some peppers I had frozen from the summer, and some kale I had frozen from the summer. And this has a little coconut aminos, a tiny bit of rice vinegar, and I'm just cooking it up in the pan where I had made the pork chops. So there's a little bit of like gluten-free flour coating in there, and so it's thickening up this sauce just a bit. I like to cook, when I've cooked a protein in a cast iron pan, I like to then go back and cook some sort of veggie or something in it to use up those beautiful fats and flavors that are in there. I'm gonna do 4 cups of rice, and this is a half cup. The reason I'm doing 4 cups of rice, because maybe that seems a lot to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I knew that if I talked when I did that, there was no way I would ever get that right. The reason I do 4 cups of rice is so tonight I'll be feeding Dave, me, Lucas, Luke, and Eli. So there will be 5 of us eating this rice tonight. And the kids love rice. They'll eat a lot of it. And I always find that we run out of fried rice. We run out on fried rice nights. So I probably could get, actually I'm gonna do an extra cup. We run out. I mean, the kids love it. They eat a lot. You'd be surprised. So I buy a lot of rice. I buy rice in 20-pound bags. And we probably eat it 2 to 3 times a week. And it would be in this quantity. It's a lot of rice. I keep doing this thing where I'm making a video and it's not recording. All right, well, what I said was, this is 1-to-1, 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of water. We like the rice on the drier side, especially for fried rice. I hit the rice function, I let it sit, it cooks, I let it release the steam naturally. And then once the steam is released, I will take off the top. I'll let it sit and cool a little bit, maybe an hour, and then I'll put that whole metal tub that the rice is in into the fridge, and then use cold rice when I make the fried rice later, which I'll show you. That's why doing this ahead of time, like the night before, I could start this rice cooker, and then once it finished, I could just turn it off, let it sit all night, and then put it in the fridge in the morning. But I didn't have the forethought. Now for our brunch, this may seem weird to you, but we are out of potatoes, and I'm going to be planting all our sprouted potatoes. So usually I keep whenever I see like a good organic French fry go on sale, I'll buy some and throw them in the freezer, and they make a really quick dinner. Nobody really eats a ton of them, but I always forget that and I make extra. So I have a bunch of French fries left over from last night. And while this may seem weird to you, it's really no different than adding any other potato. And I just kind of chop them up, put them in whatever veggies I have with whatever sauce there is. That sauce will just kind of soak into the potato. And then I can either I have some tofu. I could bake up some tofu to serve with this. That would be delicious. We are in an abundance of eggs right now, so I may just do fried eggs on top. This came out so good. I almost forgot to show you because I started eating it and it's really good. My fried egg turned into a scrambled egg, as it sometimes does. If the yolk breaks, I turn it into a scrambled egg because I really like runny eggs. Really good. All right, as I'm munching away on my breakfast, look what I found at my local grocery store. I couldn't believe it. They were $2.99. That seems to be a really good price now. I don't know if it used to be cheaper than that. I think I got 12 of them for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like I got 10 of them. I got a couple of these, the wide mouth ones, but they were more expensive. And that just didn't seem right to me that they would be like $2 more expensive. I got 2 packages just as like a complete backup because I do have a few boxes of these already, and I'm trying really hard to not buy wide mouth. However, look at this. I just stocked up at Target and I got wide mouth, so that wasn't what I had planned to do, but I did it anyway. I don't think I'm gonna need too much more, at least for this year, but as far as just security goes, I'm trying to get a nice stock of them together. It does seem that the regular lids have a better sealing rate for me than the wide mouth do. When I do wide mouth, I often have 3 or 4 jars that don't seal, and that's really tough as far as time goes. To then have to process those again is a pain. So if I can sort of move a little bit more towards the regular mouth jars, I'm gonna do that. I was greedy for love. So greedy for love. What's that sound? Okay. Okay, love. Okay. More love. I know. Love is so good. Love is so good. You came to the right family. We got all the love. We got all the love. You're gonna fall off the counter. You're gonna fall off. The love is gonna make you fall off. Now at this point for fried rice, I find it is really important to get in here and fluff it now. If you don't fluff it before you cool it, you're gonna have just a mass of rice. So I just get in here, break it all up. And you can see this is this is dry, but we're making fried rice. So if we had mushy rice, you're not gonna have a good fried rice. So just get in there, break it up, and then once this cools a bit more, I'll just get this in the fridge. So this is 5 cups. It's not even half the pot full of rice. All right, so we're gonna gather all the ingredients so that they're right next to the stove because this goes fast. The pork, garlic, ginger, green onion from the garden. These were the tops of the onions that I trimmed the other day. The cold rice, olive oil, sesame oil, fish sauce, rice vinegar, coconut aminos, soy sauce, fermented hot sauce, whatever you want. And then you're gonna get your cast iron really hot. So first olive oil, generous, sesame, just let that be for a minute. I did turn the heat down. And then I add all this. Pork. Or you could do tofu. Turn it back up once I know the garlic is not burned. Coconut aminos. Rice vinegar. Fish sauce. I'm gonna hold off on soy because I like the coconut aminos better. Kids like soy sauce though. A little bit more oil. Turn it up. Use my hand and break up the rice. And then just mix it all up. And then after this mixes up, I'll get it re-seasoned. I'll add some hot sauce and then add the scrambled egg. right, here's the trick for scrambled egg. Little oil in the center. Pop your eggs in. And then just cook your scrambled egg right in the middle. And then the last thing is I'm going to just gently heat up some chopped kimchi, fermented kimchi, and peas. And then people can add that individually to their rice. After tasting it, the only thing it needs is some black pepper. Just needs that extra little something. And then it's perfect. In truth, I may be the only one eating this part. And finally, I put out celery for the kids, or whatever veggie we happen to have around. They like celery right now. Thanks for joining for a couple of rainy day meals. As always, thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this video and you are new, please consider subscribing and hit that like button if you'd like to see more videos like this. Appreciate you.